Deuteronomy chapter 28. If you diligently obey the voice of the Lord your God, carefully practicing and observing all the commandments which I enjoin on you today, the Lord your God shall raise you high above all the nations of the earth. Then all these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you for having obeyed the voice of the Lord your God. Blessed shall you be in the city and in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of your body and the fruit of your land, the fruit of your livestock, the offspring of your cattle and sheep. Blessed shall be your basket and your kneading bowl. Blessed shall you be when you come in and when you go out. The Lord will vanquish your enemies who rise against you and rout them before you. By one way they shall come out against you, but by 7 ways they shall flee from you. The Lord will command the blessing to be with you on your granaries and on all your activities. He shall bless you in the land which the Lord your God is giving you. The Lord shall constitute you as a holy people, as he has sworn, if you observe his commandments and walk in his ways. Then all the peoples of the earth shall see that you are called by the name of the Lord, and they will respect you. The Lord shall fill you abundantly with all kinds of good things, increasing the fruit of your womb, the fruit of your livestock, and the fruit of your land, which the Lord promised on oath to your fathers that he would give you. The Lord shall open for you the heaven, his rich treasury, to give rain in due season for your fields, and he shall bless all that your hands undertake. You shall lend to many nations, but it shall not be necessary for you to borrow from them. The Lord will make you the head and not the tail. You shall always be on top and never below, if you obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I enjoin on you today, observing them carefully and putting them into practice. You shall not turn aside either to the right or to the left to follow and worship other gods. But if you do not obey the voice of the Lord your God, and do not take care to practice all his commandments and statutes which I enjoin on you today, all these curses shall reach you and overtake you. Cursed shall you be in the city, and cursed in the field. Cursed shall your basket be, and cursed your kneading bowl. Cursed shall be the fruit of your body, and the fruit of your land, the offspring of your cattle, and the young of your sheep. Cursed shall you be when you come in, and when you go out. The Lord will send calamity, confusion, and paralyzing fear upon everything you do, until you are annihilated and wiped out quickly on account of the evil deeds you have done in forsaking him. He shall make pestilence cling to you until you disappear from the land which you are entering, to make it your possession. The Lord will inflict on you consumption, fever, inflammation, fiery heat, drought, blight, and mildew, that shall pursue you until you perish. The heavens above you shall be brass, and the earth under you shall be iron. Instead of rain, the Lord shall make dust and mud to fall from the heavens until you are exterminated. The Lord shall let you to be defeated before your enemies. By one way you shall go to war against them, but by 7 ways you shall flee from them. All the nations of the earth shall be horrified by what happened to you. Your dead bodies shall serve as food for all the birds of the air and to the wild beasts, and no one shall be there to chase them away. The Lord shall inflict you with the boils of Egypt, tumors, scurvy, and itch, from which you cannot be healed. The Lord shall inflict on you madness, blindness, and confusion of mind. In the same way that the blind grope in darkness, so shall you grope in broad daylight. and you shall not succeed to find the way. You shall be oppressed continually and plundered, with no one to come to your rescue. You shall be engaged to marry a woman, but another man shall ravish her. You shall build a house, but not live in it. You shall plant a vineyard, but not pluck its grapes. Your ox shall be slaughtered before you, but you shall not eat of it. Before your very eyes you shall be robbed of your ass, which you will never recover. Your sheep shall be turned over to your enemies, but no one shall come to your rescue. Your sons and daughters shall be handed over to another people, and you shall pine for them continually, but you will be powerless to do anything. A people unknown to you shall eat the produce of your fields, the fruit of all your toil, and you shall never cease to be crushed and oppressed all your life. You shall be driven mad by what you see happening before your own eyes. The Lord will inflict on you the most malignant boils on the knees and legs, from which you cannot be healed, from the sole of your foot to the crown of your head. The Lord will bring you and the king you have set over you to a nation which neither you nor your fathers have known, and there you shall serve other gods made of wood and stone. All the nations to which the Lord will drive you will be astonished, and you will become a byword and the butt of jokes. You shall sow abundantly in your fields, but shall harvest very little, because the locusts shall devour them. You shall plant and cultivate a vineyard, but shall not drink wine or gather grapes, because the worms shall devour them. You shall have olive trees throughout your territory, but they shall yield no oil to anoint yourself with, for the olives shall drop off and rot. You shall father sons and daughters, but they shall not be yours, for they shall go into captivity. All your trees and all the produce of your land shall be infested with insects. The alien who lives with you shall rise higher and higher, and you will sink lower and lower. He shall lend to you, and you will not lend to him. He shall be the head, and you the tail. All these curses shall fall upon you, pursue you, and overtake you, until you are exterminated. For you did not listen to the voice of the Lord your God, or observe the commandments and the statutes which he enjoined on you. These shall be forever upon you and your descendants as a sign and a portent. For having not served the Lord your God with joy and gladness of heart, when you lacked nothing, you shall serve the enemies the Lord will send against you, while you go hungry, thirsty, naked, and suffer all kinds of want. They shall put a yoke of iron upon your neck until they have destroyed you all. The Lord shall make a distant nation from the extremity of the earth to come against you, as swift as an eagle swooping down, a nation whose language you do not follow, a cruel nation that shows no consideration for the old or compassion for the young. They shall consume the issue of your livestock and the produce of your land until you perish, leaving you with no grain or wine or oil or the offspring of your cattle and sheep until they have destroyed you. They shall besiege you in all your towns until the highest and most fortified walls in which you placed your trust fall down throughout your land. You shall remain besieged within your towns throughout the land which the Lord your God is giving you. During the siege and the dire straits to which your enemy will reduce you, you shall eat the fruit of your body, the flesh of your sons and daughters, which the Lord your God has given you. The most refined and delicate among you will be hostile towards his brother, his beloved wife, and his children who are still alive, and will refuse to share with them the flesh of his children that he is eating, because nothing is available to him during the siege and the dire straits to which your enemy shall reduce you in your towns. The most refined and delicate woman among your people, so delicate and tender that she will not dare go barefoot, shall look with distrust at the husband of her heart, and also at her son and daughter. She shall hide from them, to eat the placenta from her womb, and the children to whom she gave birth, for lack of any other food during the siege and the dire straits to which your enemy will reduce you in your towns. If you do not put into practice all the words of this law which are written in this book, and do not respect that glorious and awesome name, the Lord your God, then the Lord will bring upon you and your descendants fearful, severe, and lasting plagues, malignant sicknesses, and incurable diseases. He will make all the diseases of Egypt fall upon you, which you were afraid of, and these shall cling to you. Even more, the Lord shall order all the diseases and plagues which are not recorded in the book of this law to be with you until you are wiped out. For not having obeyed the voice of the Lord your God, only a few of you will remain, although once you were as numerous as the stars of the heavens. So it shall happen that in the same manner that it delighted the Lord to make you prosper and increase your numbers, it shall also delight him to pursue and destroy you. You shall be torn off the land you are entering to take possession of. The Lord shall scatter you among all the peoples, from one end of the earth to the other, and there you shall serve other gods of wood and stone, which neither you nor your fathers have known. In those nations you shall not have peace or rest for the sole of your foot. There the Lord shall give you an anxious heart, worn-out eyes, and a languishing breath by day and by night. Your life shall hang in the balance before you. You will be filled with dread by night, and you will not be sure of your life by day. In the morning you shall say, "Would it were evening," but in the evening you shall say, "Would it were morning," because of the fear that makes your heart tremble when you behold what your eyes see. The Lord shall take you back to Egypt by ships, along a way which I promised you would never see again. There you will offer yourselves for sale to your enemies as slaves, but no one will buy you. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel in the land of Moab, besides the covenant he had made with them at Horeb.